Y'all, y'all, y'all. It's always been one of my favorite words, even though I'm not from the South. Oh, alright. I have coffee. I'm ready. I'm ready. What's up, one? Three, two, one. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Today is Tuesday. It's June 29th, 2021. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. It's so hot. Yeah, we're gonna let that cool off. Well, I hope you had a great Monday. I had a really good Monday. As I mentioned, I got out of Dodge. I went up to the co-working space. I locked this place down. Said, "Kat, you are on your own," and went where the air conditioning was. Well, I had a good time. I had lunch with a friend. Connected with a couple other people professionally. You know, this place is it's cranking right along. And between my consulting work and the whistlekick work, because there are people that have seen me pitch. They know me as the martial arts guy, which is really interesting because some of these people I haven't seen in years. I made an impression, and that's pretty impressive to me. I didn't realize I made such a strong impression, but I guess I did. And I feel like opportunities are going to come from this, so that's pretty cool. When I got out of work, where let's say I had a pretty productive day. I had a client that was like, "Hey, there's this thing broken in our website. Can you fix it?" And I worked on a little bit last week, and finally I fixed it. It didn't take nearly as long. It was not nearly as complicated as I thought it was going to be. So dug in. I found it. I fixed it. They were thrilled. Left. Went to the gym where everyone went because there's air conditioning, and they showed up there, and it was a nice time there at the gym. Came home, had some food, and did a little bit of work, social media, and things like that. And I kept the air conditioner on all night, all night. You can probably hear it because it didn't get below 70 and muggy. I said, you know what? I'm recording all day tomorrow. I might as well just keep this going and keep the house cool. Now today's going to be a big day. It's all recording all the time. Andrew is on his way up. Well, not yet, but he will be. And we're going to record some episodes in person. And then I got 2 guest recordings later on. And I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I will turn the air conditioner off while we record. But beyond that, it'll be on. Because this is day 3 of 90 degrees. It may officially be a heat wave. Oh, but I didn't sleep well. Between the heat and the fact that I started having dreams that I caught a skunk in my have a heart trap and I didn't know how to deal with it. Yes, these are the things that occupy my mind. So I woke up and I said, what would I do? And I did some research and realized, oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. You pretty much just have to throw a tarp over it or something because apparently skunks will not spray if they can't see. They don't just do it as a blind defensive move. They need to target, and their vision isn't good. So if you cover up the trap, you should be good to go. At least theoretically, this is what they're telling me. Hopefully we don't find out. I've never seen a skunk at my house. Knock on wood. I've probably just jinxed myself, but so be it. Now, another thing to mention is that this thing started hitting mailboxes yesterday. I got a number of responses from people posting publicly on social media that they received it, and holy cow, were they excited. They loved it. They loved it. And it's nice to know that my feelings that Justin and I knocked this out of the park are shared by others. So we have a meeting this morning, and we'll talk about the digital version and what day we're going to release that. It will be this week. So if you weren't fortunate enough to get one of the first 100, you can go ahead and just hang out a little bit. Marshall Journal's got a Facebook page. You might want to check that out. Hit the like button. We're gonna do a bunch of promotion on it because I wanna see this thing get big. And is there anything else to say? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything else to say. I'm thinking. Well, I think the only other thing to say is that I've got a meeting with Jenny C. tomorrow, who wrote the Origins of Master Hopkick book. Technically she rewrote it. We had a draft before that, but she killed it. She put like a year into this thing. It's awesome. And I hadn't read it. Now I'm almost done. I'm still not quite done, but it's really well done. It is really well done. If you haven't read it, you should read it. If you have kids or a school, there are a lot of school owners who read stuff to kids. The chapters are short. You should pick up this book and you should read a chapter to them at the end of each class. It is a really solid book. If you're looking for material to expand on for a mat chat, grab this book. I can't tell you how many angles this thing comes in at. It checks all the boxes. It is an exceptionally well done book. So shout out to Jenny. Thank you. You killed it. I have big things in mind, and have for a long time, for Master Hopkick. Master Hopkick has been a piece of the puzzle that we've been looking at for a very long time. And I see graphic novels, I see toys, I see cartoons. Yeah, there's a lot coming there. It's a really strong character. There weren't a lot of options out there that weren't already pulled in by the TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle universe, between turtles and rats and rhinoceroses and warthogs. What other? I think are those the only transmuted animals in there? I think everybody else is a person. No. Krang was a brain on a floating hovercraft thing. I don't think being a brain counts as being an animal. Yeah, I didn't sleep great. You can probably tell. If you're a longtime viewer or listener to this show, you can probably tell that I did not sleep great. All right, let's pour more coffee now. I was looking out the window this morning just to see what was going on. And we got a decent amount of rain last night, and even during the day we had a couple storms, and it didn't cool anything off. But some of the plants went, oh, rain. The tomatillos, specifically, those things love hot and rain. So after this, I'll probably go for a quick walk around the gardens and check out everything, see if anything needs attention. And the flexibility book, the draft, has passed muster with one person. I got to send it out to some others. So here's the question: if anybody out there, I'm trying to only send it to one person at a time. I want to get 5 or 6 people to look this thing over, read through it, and see if they have any high-level questions before we go to grammar and editing. So if anybody wants to review the book, it's not long. I think it's 15,000 words. If anybody wants to review it, let me know, and I'll get you on the list. Don't feel like you're going to miss out if you don't, though, because we're releasing this one for free, completely free. Because I'm tired of people putting out the wrong information on this subject. Just do a split for an hour a day, and then you'll be more flexible. Yes, that might be true. Blech. Anything else I want to say? I don't think so. I think that's it. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see what you guys gave me to talk about. Did you listen to Shihan Kendall's episode yesterday? Did you hear his voice and hear what I was talking about? He's got a great voice. His voice is on the order of like Sam Elliott. Just someone who makes a fantastic narrator. All right. Frank gave us some quotes from someone who I really respect professionally, someone who I think has done a phenomenal job of, well, it's just changing the world. Elon Musk. PayPal, Tesla, SpaceX, the Boring Company. In a much subtler way, I see a lot of myself in him. Or, yeah, him and myself. Whichever way you won't get it. He's older. He turned 50 yesterday, according to Frank. The guy gets an idea, and he runs with it. I get it. I would love to do that. I would love to take my ideas and bring them to the world. I don't have the money. It's a question of money. It's not time. I would make the time. Yeah. I need my PayPal hit. I need to, sell a company that nets me a few $100 million so I can invest it in the next things. I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. When we think about being extraordinary, when we think about being exceptional, pick a word. We tend to think of people getting better and better at something that they're already good at. It doesn't have to be that. Let's basketball. Let's say I wanted to be great at basketball. Now, forget about the standard. The standard would be, playing in the NBA. At 42 years old, there is a pretty small chance I'm going to have enough time to get good enough to play in the NBA. But could I become a good basketball player? Sure. I'm short, but I'm pretty strong and know how to work hard, and I could develop a better jump. Could become really good at shooting from the 3-point range. I've got pretty good hands. I could become a decent defender. And I have an ability to see what goes on with people, mostly from martial arts. I could probably be decent at being in the right place at the right time. Nobody's ever going to look at me and say, hey, that guy has the stuff to be a great basketball player. But I could take the stuff that I am good at and lean into that in the context of basketball. And that, I suspect, is what Elon Musk is talking about. To take your gifts and to apply them towards whatever the context or the goal is. At no point in anything, whether it's basketball or something else, is anyone going to say, hey, Jeremy's really tall. Because Jeremy's not really tall. That's never going to be a condition that I'm going to have to work with. But what are the things I have to work with? Now, we apply this in martial arts too. I am not a tall person. I don't spar like a tall person. My self-defense, my forms, anything I do is as I am. In martial arts, we have that option. We have that option in everything. In martial arts, we have, what's the word I'm looking for? We aren't generally dismissed for being tall or short or this or that, because there isn't a standard profile of what a martial artist looks like. We can be anything. Tall, short, large, small, old, young, doesn't matter. Because it's about doing your own thing. And you could say, well, Jeremy, it's an individual sport versus a team sport, like the basketball example. Well, what about running? What about any track and field event? There are body profiles that you tend to see across the field. Go look at a sprinter. Go look at a marathoner. They all tend to look pretty similar. You can be more than you are if you want to, at anything. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. There's the story of whistlekick. Odds have not been in my favor. But now, I would say the odds are in our favor. Because there were some great people helping out. I only wrote 2 things in this magazine. I wrote the letter from the publisher, and I wrote my article. We have plenty of other people writing in there. MartialJournal.com. I keep telling Dustin, hey, assign me an article. And he doesn't. There's so many things that happen without me. Andrew's been booking amazing guests. I don't do it for him. In fact, I help him very little. He just tells me, hey, look at this great name that I just got. That's awesome. Just because the odds are against you, just because you might fail, just because maybe statistically you will fail, doesn't mean it's not worth doing. Look at how many people take the safe route with everything. They settle. They settle for everything. They settle in their job. They settle in their romantic relationship. They settle in how they treat their body, the food they eat, the clothes they wear. Nothing is anything that gets them excited. I know people like this. I know so many people like this. I'm thinking of someone I spent time with recently. There's absolutely nothing that makes this person excited. And it's really sad. Because they had dreams. Used to share them with me. And now, nothing. Don't be that. You deserve better. Never settle. Constantly seek criticism. A well thought out critique of what you're doing is as valuable as gold. My request for feedback on the flexibility book. Guide, book, program, I'm not quite sure what to call it because it's kind of all 3. Knowing who to seek feedback from is important. Criticism abounds. Doesn't take much. Doesn't take much looking. Hey, here's one. Hey, could somebody critique my form? Just post it on YouTube. Just be so full of hate. That's not the right way to do it. You didn't do it this way. Blah, 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 blah. My instructor does it right. Your instructor does it wrong. I'm so sick of that. I don't have anything else to say. Don't be mean. Just don't be mean. Why are people so mean? Last quote. Before I read it, thank you. Leave me some stuff for tomorrow. Make sure you have, if you did not get even if you did get the print copy of Martial Journal, make sure you've liked Martial Journal on Facebook. Make sure you're on the newsletter list at martialjournal.com. It's a separate newsletter for Whistlekick. We run Marshall Journal kind of as an independent thing. So go to whistlekick.com, sign up for the newsletter there. We got a donation over the weekend. Somebody made a donation to the show. $50. Thank you. I'm not going to say the name publicly, but I was honored. I was honored. I finished the merch plan last week. There's a lot of good stuff going on, and you are all part of it, and I thank you for being part of it. So here's this last quote. Life is too short for long-term grudges. Holding a grudge takes a lot of energy. Why spend it on that? There are plenty of people I won't let back in my life, but I'm not going to keep harboring resentment. I've actually worked really hard to let go of a lot of those things. There are a lot of people in the last couple of years who I feel wronged me, who really treated me poorly. I'm glad they showed me their character, so I didn't invest any more energy in them. It gives me more time and energy to invest in other people who, hopefully, are worth my time. You're worth my time. This show is worth my time. Whistlekick is worth my time. All right. I'll have to put on real clothes, but as little as possible, probably just a pair of shorts, and go see what's going on in the gardens. I hope you have a great day. I hope you leave me stuff to talk about. I will see you tomorrow. It is recording day. Man, I am pumped. Take care, everyone. Be well. Peace.